History called the GI generation to greatness twice in its life. First in World War II, to save the world, and then afterwards, to build and eventually lead a nation that would lift the lives of the masses, not just the privileged few. And most agree the GIs delivered greatness. History, as it turns out, never genuinely called the silent generation to greatness. The times simply didn't demand it. Well, boomers, history will have called your generation to greatness twice. The first time in your young adulthood. And your generation, guided by your unique core values, did deliver greatness by propelling forward civil rights, female rights, environmental rights, and yes, by forcing your government to re-examine its thinking and decision-making when it comes to the matter of war. Remarkably, your generation achieved that greatness despite the fact that you held not one position of power and possessed absolutely no financial clout, and facing a thick granite wall of resistance from the older generations who did have the money and did hold the positions of power. You boomers achieved greatness back then on the strength of a single asset: your generation's unique and powerful core values that had been burned into you during your generation's unique formative years. On nothing more than those values, you lifted a nation. But now today, and for a brief time only, you boomers have it all. You now hold down the positions of power. You now possess a disproportionately high percentage of America's wealth. These are just a few of the boomer leaders at the top of corporate America and American government. And because you are inheriting a leadership culture that is the moral equivalent and the ethical equivalent and the compassionate equivalent of a toxic waste dump, because you are inheriting a nation that up there at the top has become a shameful disgrace, your generation quite genuinely is being called by history to greatness a second time. Without exaggeration, you boomers are being called by history to save your nation. And because the times and the teachings of your unique formative years have prepared you so perfectly for leadership, you boomers must bear the pressure of having no excuse for failure. There actually is a logical, historical explanation for the leadership performance of the silent generation. For you boomers, there is no such explanation. You have no excuse.